Think you've heard it all? Think again. From pigeons that save soldiers to songs that crash laptops, the world is full of strange and jaw-dropping truths hiding in plain sight. In this video, we're exploring 30 mind-blowing facts you probably didn't know, but once you do, you'll probably look at the world differently. Welcome to the channel. Let's begin. Fact 1. The Ninebanded armadillo. The only armadillo species found in the United States is the Ninebanded armadillo, which almost always gives birth to 4 genetically identical offspring, a phenomenon known as monozygotic polymorph. All 4 babies come from a single fertilized egg that splits into 4 embryos, resulting in identical quadruplets. Fact 2. The 3D printed human ear. In a medical first, scientists used a patient's own cells to 3D print a human ear and successfully transplanted it. This groundbreaking step brings us closer to printing fully functioning organs and rewriting the future of medicine. Fact 3. Burning Mountain. Deep beneath the surface of Australia's Burning Mountain, a fire has been quietly raging for an astonishing 6,000 years. This underground coal seam fire moves about 1 meter a year, leaving scorched earth and rising smoke in its path. Known to indigenous Australians for generations, it's the oldest known continuously burning fire on Earth. A natural phenomenon hiding in plain sight. Fact 4. Joshua trees. Joshua trees may look like trees, but they're not true trees at all. Surprisingly, they're more closely related to asparagus. These desert giants belong to the asparagus family, the same plant family as the vegetable on your dinner plate. It's basically a giant spiky cousin of asparagus. Fact 5. Lady Liberty, in Wisconsin. In 1979, 2 students at the University of Wisconsin-Madison made a campaign promise to bring the Statue of Liberty to campus. After winning the student government election, they actually followed through. Using $4,000 in student funds, they built a replica of Lady Liberty's head and torch, making it look like she was rising from the frozen surface of Lake Mendota. It was a prank that turned into a decades-long tradition. The University of Wisconsin-Madison has staged the display at different times for more than 4 decades, starting in 1979 as a campaign stunt. Fact 6. Golden poison, dart frog. This tiny, brightly colored frog from Colombia is the most poisonous amphibian on Earth. Just 1 frog carries enough batric toxin to kill 10 adult humans. Indigenous tribes have used its toxins on their blow darts for centuries. Fact 7. Alfred Hitchcock. The iconic Alfred Hitchcock silhouette was drawn by Alfred Hitchcock himself. Hitchcock was known for his love of doodling and had a background as a commercial artist. He famously used the silhouette as the opening title art for his anthology series Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Fact 8. Peyote. Texas is the only state in the United States where licensed dealers can legally sell peyote, a psychedelic cactus that's otherwise banned as a Schedule I drug. But there's a catch. It can only be sold to Native Americans with a certificate of Indian blood for use in religious ceremonies. It's a rare legal exception where ancient tradition meets modern law. Fact 9. Dutch Princess Margaret. Dutch Princess Margaret was born in Ottawa while the royal family was in exile during World War II. To prevent dual citizenship, which would disqualify her as an heir, the Canadian government created a bubble of non-territory around her mother so she would not legally be born on Canadian soil. Fact 10. Pope Celestine V, a Catholic monk, once wrote an angry letter to the cardinals during a 2-year papal election. Upon receiving it, they immediately chose to elect him. He tried fleeing his election but accepted under pressure. One of his only major acts was to decree that popes could resign. Just 5 months after taking office, Pope Celestine V used his own decree to resign, the first pope to do so voluntarily. Fact 11. Public toilets. In 1851, the Great Exhibition in London introduced something revolutionary: public flushing toilets. For just 1 penny, visitors could enjoy a clean seat, a towel, a comb, and even a shoe shine. Over 827,000 people paid for the privilege. And it's from this that the phrase "to spend a penny" was born. The following year these facilities became permanent, known as waiting rooms, marking the start of public restrooms as we know them. Fact 12. Pretty Woman. In the 1990 film Pretty Woman, Richard Gere's car was a Lotus Esprit after both Ferrari and Porsche had refused to allow their cars to be used in a film associated with prostitution. As a result of the product placement, Lotus sales had tripled. Fact 13. Navajo language. During World War II, the U.S. military turned to an unlikely but brilliant solution for secure communication: the Navajo language. Native Navajo code talkers created an unbreakable code based on their complex and little-known tongue. This ingenious system helped transmit secret messages during key battles like Iwo Jima, and the enemy never cracked it. Fact 14. The Titanic. When the Titanic sank, the first recovery ship faced a grim reality: too few coffins and not enough embalming supplies. So, they made a chilling choice. Only the bodies of first-class passengers were preserved. The reason? Wealthy victims needed to be identified to settle massive estate claims. The rest were buried at sea, a final reflection of the class divide that lingered even in death. Fact 15. Julian Hernandez. In 2015, 18-year-old Julian Hernandez discovered he had been listed in a missing children database when applying for college. This shocking revelation led to the discovery that his father had kidnapped him when he was just 5 years old. After being missing for 13 years, Julian was reunited with his mother and his father was sentenced to 4 years in prison for his actions. Fact 16. No more pasta. In the 1930s, Italian futurist Filippo Marinetti launched a bold and bizarre campaign to ban pasta. He claimed it made Italians lazy and nostalgic, unfit for the modern, fast-paced world he envisioned. Marinetti even wrote an entire manifesto promoting strange futuristic foods instead. But Italians weren't having it. His anti-pasta movement was mocked, ignored, and ultimately pasta triumphed. Fact 17. In 1809, during the chaotic Battle of Wagram, the Austrian army accidentally turned on itself. Confused by the darkness and poor communication, one unit mistook another for the enemy and launched a full-scale attack. It was a disastrous case of friendly fire right in the heat of battle. Fact 18. The Stonefish. Hidden among the rocks, the stonefish is the most venomous fish on Earth. With spines loaded with lethal toxins, a single sting can cause unbearable pain, and in rare cases, even death. It's nature's perfect blend of stealth and danger. Fact 19. U.S. Secret Service. Believe it or not, the U.S. Secret Service wasn't created to protect presidents. It was founded in 1865 to stop counterfeits. At the time, nearly 1/3 of all U.S. currency was fake, threatening to crash the economy. Presidential protection came decades later, after a deadly assassination. Fact 20. Planck time. Did you know there's a unit of time called the Planck time? It's incredibly tiny. Just 5.39 times 10 to the minus 44 seconds. In fact, there are more Planck times in 1 second than there have been seconds since the Big Bang. It's so small that it's nearly impossible to fathom. The Planck time is the shortest measurable time in physics, and it's mind-blowing to think how much of it fits into a single second. Fact 21. Mistaken identity. In 1912, 4-year-old Bobby Dunar vanished during a family trip in Louisiana. 8 months later, a boy was found with another man and the Dunars claimed he was Bobby. But another woman, Julia Anderson, insisted the boy was her son, Bruce. Without the means to fight in court, Julia lost custody. The boy grew up as Bobby Dunar until a shocking DNA test in 2004 revealed the truth. He wasn't Bobby at all. Fact 22. Big maple leaf. In 2007, Canada created 5 massive gold coins with a face value of $1 million each, called the Big Maple Leaf. Each coin weighed 221 pounds and was made of pure 99.999% gold. Although the face value is 1 million Canadian dollars, the actual value of the gold in each coin is much higher, depending on market prices, often exceeding $4 million. But in 2017, one of them was stolen from a museum in Berlin in a daring heist. Despite arrests, the coin was never found. It's believed to have been melted down and lost forever. Fact 23. Rhythm Nation. Believe it or not, Janet Jackson once had the power to crash laptops. Her music video for Rhythm Nation contained a frequency that matched the natural resonance of certain 5400 RPM hard drives. Playing the song could cause nearby laptops to crash, even if they weren't the ones playing it. This phenomenon is known as acoustic resonance, similar to how a singer can shatter a glass by hitting just the right pitch. The issue was so real that manufacturers had to add a special audio filter to block the frequency. Now that's what you call a powerful tune. Fact 24, USPS mail truck. The iconic USPS mail trucks you see chugging along American streets were actually designed by Grumman Aerospace, the same company behind military aircraft like the A-10 Warthog and B-2 stealth bomber. Built between 1987 and 1994, these boxy Grumman LLVs were mounted on Chevy S-10 chassis and engineered to last 24 years. Many are still delivering mail decades later. Fact 25. Bacon fat bourbon. Believe it or not, bacon fat washed bourbon is a thing. This unique technique infuses bourbon with the savory, smoky flavor of bacon. The fat is rendered and mixed into the bourbon, then chilled to remove the solidified fat, leaving behind a rich bacon-flavored spirit. It's used in cocktails like the bacon fat-washed Old Fashioned, bringing a deliciously unexpected twist to classic drinks. Fact 26. Cher Amy. During World War I, a homing pigeon named Cher Amy became a hero. Despite being shot through the chest, blinded in one eye, and flying with a nearly severed leg, she still managed to deliver a critical message that saved 194 trapped soldiers. For her bravery, she received the French Croix de Guerre, and today she rests in honor at the Smithsonian. Fact 27. Dwarf Pygmy Gobi. The shortest-lived vertebrate in the world is a tiny fish called the dwarf pygmy goby. Found in the Pacific, this little creature lives its entire life from birth to reproduction in just 59 days. That's less than 2 months to grow up, find a mate, and leave the next generation behind. Fact 28. Carta. Fact 29. Old science. Fact 30. Slavatic. From heroic pigeons to radioactive ghost towns, we've just scratched the surface of how bizarre and fascinating our world really is. If your mind's been blown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these facts with someone who thinks they know everything.